Good morning, all. A very warm welcome to the graduation day ceremony of the School of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Graduation day is just one small recognition of many successes to come your way. It is a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational journey and the commencement of another interesting part of a man's quest for a better life and future. With this note, let us start the event. It is a mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an event. I now call upon Kumari Shambhavi P. to sing the prayer song. I request everyone to please rise up for the prayer song.
मैत्रीं भजत अखिलर्जयत्रीं मैत्रीं भजत अखिलर्जयत्रीम् आत्मवधेव परानपीत् पश्यत आत्मवधेव परानपीत् पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेश्वर क्रममाक्रमणं त्यजत परेश्वर क्रममाक्रमणं जननी पृथिवी कामदुःखास्ते जननी पृथिवी कामदुःखास्ते जनको देवः सकलदयाळु जनको देवः सकलदयाळु दम्यत दत्त दयतुं जनता दम्यत दत्त दयतुं जनता श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां.
Thank you, Sambhavi. I now request Professor S. Vaidya Subramaniam, Vice Chancellor, to welcome the gathering.
Distinguished speakers for the graduation day, Mr. Raghu Panikar and Ms. Banapriya, Registrar, Deans, faculty colleagues, graduates, their parents who are watching this from the other hall, as well as others who are watching this online, other invitees and student friends. A very good morning to all of you, and I'm extremely happy to welcome both Mr. Raghu Panikar and Ms. Banapriya on behalf of SASTRA and on my personal behalf for this graduation day function this morning. I should say that this cohort that is graduating should consider yourself lucky for a variety of reasons. First, that you have two speakers for the graduation day, which means you will have double the graduation day wisdom that gets shared on stage, as against one speaker in the other graduation day batches that we have seen before and are forthcoming as well. And that makes the satisfaction getting doubled, because both of them represent two distinct requirements of this cohort, and both of them coming at a time very appropriate. There cannot be a time more appropriate than now to have one gentleman who leads one of the finest organizations in the semiconductor industry space. Mr. Raghu is a very seasoned engineering professional who's got enormous experience in the semiconductor industry that goes over 3 decades. His experience with semiconductor complex before he came to his present role again takes us back to those late years of 1990 and 2000, where SASTRA also shared a very good relationship with SCL in Chandigarh when we established the TIFAC core at SASTRA in advanced computing and information processing. After which he moved on to work for Siemens and then Tsolve Semiconductors, and now the CEO of Kane Semicon, which all of you know, is one of those very few enterprises that have come forward to set up excellent facilities in India in response to a mission-based project that the Indian government is putting in place through PLIs and various other mechanisms to make sure that the Indian semiconductor manufacturing ecosystem is ready at a scale and speed that matches global standards. So that's why I said that on one hand, you have Mr. Raghu, who represents the technology phase of this initiative. And to also represent the talent phase of this initiative, we have with us Ms. Bhanupriya, who is also a specialist in talent management in this semiconductor space. At a very young age, founded and successfully running an organization that is dedicated to find, recruit, and manage talent in this very niche space. The Perceptive solution that she founds and heads is closely working with industry leaders in this space. And before that, she herself in her own right has worked for other leading industries. And the coming together of both Mr. Raghu and Ms. Bhanupriya is the coming together of technology and talent that only reinforces a point that I have been constantly highlighting in different fora, that gone are the days where India's competitiveness needs to be measured based on wage arbitrage. Time has come that we have to showcase to the world that we will compete with technology arbitrage. And for that, you need not only the technology, but also the trained manpower that knows what the technology is all about. So friends, please put your hands together to welcome both Mr. Raghu and Ms. Bhanupriya. For I see the coming together of both these phases at SASTRA is definitely going to create a new milestone at SASTRA, because we also have certain plans that we want to put in place to ensure that we are also part of this capacity building success story in this semiconductor manufacturing industry. With these few words, I welcome both of you and welcome all of you who have gathered for this graduation day event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Professor R. Chandramouli, Registrar, to honor our chief guest, Sri Raghu Panikar, CEO, Kane Semicon. And Ms. K. Bhanupriya, MD, Perspective Solutions, with a memento. Thank you, sir. I now request our chief guest, Sri Raghu Panikar, to address the gathering.
Come. Hello, good morning. While the presentation comes up, let's do a little bit of a reference. What is the average age of the students, not the parents and professors? Which year was born? Two? Louder. 2002 and 2003. Were you all born or were you all born? I finished my graduation in 1991. I guess the parents did not decide even to get married to give you all birth, right? So I was never given this. I was told that my degree certificate is ready. I can go and collect it. I come from that era. So I've never experienced this. My second or third time where I've gone to address students from the universities, I've got this. Earlier, I've never got it. So you guys are very lucky, right? More than that lucky, we visited your premises today. Me and Bhanu were overwhelmed with the kind of investment your management has put in this university. Honestly speaking, I have not seen this scale of investment in multiple dimensions and multiple fields. Honestly speaking, I'm not even remembering what I saw. Maybe I have to see 2-3 times to remember what is the investment that is coming. State-of-the-art investment. Give it a round of applause to the management here. When you all come in the industry, you might not be able to see such kind of investment there also. You could see it in pocket, but here is a culmination of every discipline investment that you can see. I saw so many investment in science, material, in pharmacy, in robotics, in multiple domains, right? So that was very, very 2.5 hours that we spent. We did not get bored. We really liked it. If it was not the case here for convocation, we would have kept going. And professor said that, after the convocation, we guys can take some rest. We said, no, let us see more. So that's where you guys are coming from. I'm sure you all have finished your education. You guys are getting into the industry. Is that so? Do you all have fond memories of this place? Any suggestion, any feedback you guys want to give to the management here? Anybody? Any fond memories? I was asking, sir, there is no people tree here. A lot of lovebirds come or sit around the people tree, right? So possibly there should be some people tree. Sir said that, it sucks a lot of water, maybe not. What's that? Anything? No. Okay. So what I thought is that there are a lot of buzz around semiconductor. How many of you all know this buzz? I'm sure everybody knows semiconductor, right? Anybody who doesn't know semiconductor? Everybody knows. Everybody has heard about the buzz around semiconductor. I'm talking to the students, not to the professors and teachers here. Have you all heard the buzz around semiconductor? What is that you have heard? Very good. Further, from this side, what kind of investment? Okay, who all got investment? Who all got investment? Let's make this interactive. Sir told me that I have enough time. So don't worry about it. Your degree certificates are all ready. So that would be given to you all, right? What kind of investment? Acha, how much was the investment? Very good. Is that right? What is the next phase of investment? Okay. So 76,000 crores is the right investment, which is already invested by the government of India, which is to the tune of $10 billion. The next phase of investment would be around $15 billion. What does that investment mean? Investment means the infrastructure is getting ready for you all to come and work. That is what the investment means. Investment means there are skilling resources available, skilling machines available, where you all will come out and work. So the next part of our meeting today, we are going to talk more on that for the generations coming behind you to go through that routine within the university. That doesn't mean that you have missed out anything. When you come to the industry, those infrastructure would be made available. Who are the people who got invested? That was the last. Tell me the first one. Tata Electronics second. Moschip also. What else? So Tata Electronics got invested. There's a company called CG Power that got invested. There is a foreign company, multinational called Micron got invested. Keynes got invested. The person said Moschip, that is more towards the design side. This is what I'm talking of is the semiconductor manufacturing side. So before we go, what I thought is that students passing out should know a little bit about silicon and where did that silicon go. Eventually, when you design a semiconductor test to go to a bare board PCB, right? And that goes into a system. Apple phone or Samsung phone is a system. There is a bare board PCB inside, there are silicon inside, right? So let's talk a little bit about what the market is, what kind of an opportunity that exists, what kind of a talent required. Banu will talk about what kind of a training required. So that is the market that is opening in India. Is anybody planning to go outside of India to study? Nobody? Nobody? There is no need to go now. People are returning back from America now because there are a lot of opportunities that are opening up. Okay, let's get a little bit. So the gentleman over there said about the investment happening. Do we know the entire semiconductor supply chain? Do we all know? This is the design phase of it, design phase of a semiconductor. Many of you would have gone through the VLSI design cycle and stuff. This all happens here. After this is designed, the database goes to manufacturing. Which is the world's #1 fab manufacturing, silicon manufacturing? TSMC. So everybody knows it. So TSMC comes here. Are we putting any front-end fab? Is there an announcement on front-end fab? Somebody said Tata, right? So Tata is putting a front-end fab. Tata is putting semiconductor assembly and test. Okay, so we are second to none in design. We are the world's best VLSI chip designers. 30% of the worldwide designs happens out of India. We are getting here. There are 4 announcements that have happened here. There is Micron, there is Tata, there is CG Power, there is Keynes. So there are 4 manufacturing plants which is set up in this domain. Each one of them will employ close to 2,000, 2,500 engineers. Basically, in the next 1.5, 2 years, there are 10,000 engineers required. So we are trying to build capacity to train students over here to these processes. Then, it gets into EMS. Everybody knows EMS. I saw in one of your EMS lab, SMT machines and stuff like that. So it goes into EMS and then goes into consumption. So this is basically a semiconductor supply chain. Okay? Let's get a little bit more into it. Which area, what kind of package? Here is what packaging is happening, right? What kind of a package that India is planning to do, to what market, and how is it going to be consumed? Is this okay as a subject, or I can change this and talk something else? I mean, I like Rajnikant movies a lot. I can talk that also. Is this fine? Okay, great. So I go further. I'm going to focus a lot on this area, which is semiconductor assembly, test, and packaging. Now, everybody knows what is OSAT now? Assembly, test, and packaging. We need to know what is the global market size. How is it increasing? What areas is this contributing? Look at prior to India getting into a 10 billion investment, look at the statistics here. Southeast Asia dominated the space, which is Taiwan, which is Malaysia, which is Penang, Philippines, Thailand, Japan, dominated the space. Look at 84% of the OSAT happens in Southeast Asia. It is outside of US, it's outside of Europe, right? So now India is planning to take some of this market share. Out of this 77 billion market size, which is going to come in 2030, India is going to take some share of it, right? So that kind of investment is needed here. 10 billion, India already invested, 15 billion is on the way, right? There is another investment which US is doing. People have heard about US Chip Act. Such kind of investment US is also making, right? So US is making that investment, Europe is making that investment, India is making that investment, Malaysia is making that investment. So every country is making this investment to become self-sufficient, to manufacture within their own country. Okay. Now, with this, we saw what are the process, which we saw the global market overview for semiconductor assembly and packaging. Now, let us understand what are the three areas or three kinds of packaging. Is this boring or okay? Shall I continue? Okay. So there are three kinds of packaging. One is the mainstream, which is less complex. This is medium complex, and this is advanced complex. Have you all heard words like QFN package, BGA package? Have you all heard? If not, it is worth reading today. It's worth reading in the next 1 week, worth reading in the next 1 month. Because this is what you need to now learn and come to the industry. You all have finished BTech or MTech? BTech. So it's good. It's good to learn some of these things now because this is what the industry is looking at, right? And if you all want to come back to the university and take some courses, possibly, I don't know, professor will tell you all, once we engage, could you all take some programs or not? I leave it to the professor to think about it. But then this is what you're going to learn in these center of excellences, where both of us would put, you can learn how to design, manufacture such packages in the university. Fine. We may not teach about the advanced packages, which is basically getting into the industry and stuff. AMD, you've heard of a company called AMD? AMD does these kind of packages, which is nothing but stacking one over the other, right? It becomes more complex. Instead of taking a larger area, they stack it one over the other. So that is here. The very advanced packages, where now in the data center, we are transmitting data through fiber, right? Within the data center, there is a transmission of data through electrical signal. To increase the throughput, optics is going to be used, which has already started. India and North America is looking at what kind of a package to be built in this space so that you can do a faster data rate, faster movement of signals in data centers, right? So there are three kinds of packages. Now, look at I spoke about the middle level package, right? This kind of packages, you look at how the market is growing. The less complex packages are growing at a lesser rate than the advanced packages. Number one. Number two, the less complex has a larger volume, but the growth rate is less. The advanced packages is where the growth is. India, when it starts to manufacture, will start with less complex and quickly move into the advanced packaging, right? This is what you need to remember. As you learn further, you may read more. I'm not getting through all this data here. Now let's look at where are these packages going to be used. Am I making you all sleep? Not yet? Okay, then let's continue. So where is this package is going to be used? Look at the largest market share is consumer. Currently, because everybody use 2 phones. How many phones do you all have? Each of you all? 1? I know many people have 2 phones here. Madam Bhanu sitting on the top has 2 phones. Right? So people have 2 phones. At least people at home everybody has a phone, right? The mother, father, 2 children, 3 children, 5 phones at home. So you can see that, the consumer segment is growing at a much faster rate. And that's the largest share. The aerospace and the rest has a smallest share. Now, if you look at the advanced packaging, even though in 2023 is less in volume, look at in 2030 how it is going to increase. And the largest share would there be high performance computing, which is data center. You can see a lot of data center getting set up in India. The kind of data usage that is happening, WhatsApp, Facebook, Insta, whatnot, social media platform, right? So much of data needs to be stored. So much heat generation and all that, right? So hence data center, high performance computing would be the play by 2030. Fine. We looked at kinds of package. We looked at the supply chain, kinds of package. We looked at supply chain, we looked at kinds of package, we looked at different packages, how it is growing, we looked at the market that it is growing at. Now, let's go to the next stage. Let's look at India now. Where is India in this entire electronics journey, in the entire semiconductor journey? 2021, India's market is close to 67 billion. Forecast in 2027 is 300 billion. So look at the growth that will happen, which means a lot of manufacturing will happen, which means a lot of employment will happen, which means students sitting here need to get trained in these areas, right? Hence, there are capacity building and all we are going to build within your institute. When you come out also, there are many places that we can learn. When you come to organization like Keynes, we are setting up centers to teach you all, coach you all, teach you all to learn these advanced technologies. So that's what, and you can see here, which are the areas where India sector is consuming a lot of electronics, consumer, electronic components, industrial data and all that. I mean, this presentation could be stayed. If you guys want to, maybe we can post it somewhere. You guys can download it and read it. These are all industry data, nothing to. Now, if you look at, there are 2 segments that I connected here to show to you all. Everybody has fans at home, right? Everybody has fans at home. There is a change happening in the fan segment. Have you all heard advertisement like BLDC fans? You've heard, right? Do you know behind the BLDC what is happening? What is BLDC? Brushless DC motor. What is happening there? It is energy saving, right? And that is the market that is increasing in India because India consumes a lot of fans. So you look at the fan market or the average growth that will happen just with one company called Atomberg. Everybody knows Atomberg, right? It's a Pune-based startup. And look at the growth that they're having in the BLDC fans. I'm not even talking of Orient, Usha, and other kind of fans. So these are the electronics that are going to go inside, which means that we need a lot of designers. We need a lot of these components usage. We need a lot of these modules to be made. And hence the fan market will grow. Hence we need a lot of engineers. Right? So this is just one segment in BLDC fan. Look at the other places. Look at the electric vehicle 2-wheeler. Out of the entire vehicles, the ICE is 97, EV is just 3%. And then we all keep hearing about EV increase, just 3%. So you can see the market that it can capture, right? So the projected growth is going to be 45%. So EV in another 7-8 years is going to dominate. And in EV, there are a whole lot of electronics that is coming in. There is battery management, there is cluster, there is vehicle control unit, there is electronic control unit. All that would convert a lot of opportunities You've heard about Ola, you've heard about Ather, you've heard about TVS, all of them are coming with EV vehicles, right? Hence, jobs would be more, right? And hence, you'll need to learn these technologies and come to this industry. We talked of two markets. Let's look at the third market. Let's look at third, fourth, fifth market. Now, look at India's smartphone, wearable market, and laptop. All of them are growing. The market is growing like anything, right? In the next 3 to 5 to 10 years, look at the market growth, which means that there will be a lot of manufacturing that will happen. There will be laptops getting manufactured in India. Currently, all the laptops are being imported and used here. There are a lot of laptops will get manufactured. A lot of new laptops being made. You've heard of a company called Zoho? The CRM solution, they are getting into servers. We have heard about companies like Ola. They are doing their own servers, right? Because they want to store their data. They don't want to buy servers from outside. Hence, they are designing, developing, and manufacturing their own servers. So all in all, there will be a good amount of growth in India. Hence, they all need engineers like you. Okay. Now let's see how much of import that we are doing. That all this make in India and manufacturing in India is to bring down the import, right? So we manufacture in India. Look at the import that we are doing. Import in 2017 was 1.4 billion. In 2023, we are importing 15.6 billion, which has to come down. Look at the countries that we are importing, right? So we don't like to import a whole lot from China, Hong Kong, and stuff. So this has to be brought down. All this manufacturing investment, 10 billion, 15 billion we spoke of, is to bring down these imports from China, right? So that is what we are doing. Hence, you see EV, BLDC, phones are getting manufactured in India. We have now become the biggest manufacturer of iPhones in India, right? The latest iPhones are getting manufactured in India. Yeah. Now, this leads to manpower required, training required. Varma, if you can talk a little bit on this.
Hello, everyone. Well, I would like to introduce myself. Thank you. So I'm Hanupriya. So I come from a talent acquisition background, work with different companies. Previous to Perceptives, I was heading the complete staffing and recruitment for GSK for global and domestic hiring. So my expertise lies in staffing. So Perceptives is being owned and it's been running by industry experts. And the major thing which we focus is on the semiconductor, because that's the next fuel of the globe. That's how it has been, and that's what we have been hearing and all over the media. So just to give a small heads up, where is this capacity building coming into picture and why it has been focused a lot is we have been in India, we have been in the VLSI design for good 30 years by now. But when it comes to manufacturing, India is now moving towards OSAT plants, where, as Raghu sir mentioned, we have got the approvals, and Tata, CG Power, Micron, Keynes, they're all coming up with their OSAT plants in India. For that, where do we have the talent? To be very honest, we don't have the talent right now in India. So all these manufacturing units are there in Taiwan, Philippines, Thailand, China, so Singapore, Malaysia, other places. So when it comes to India, we need to build that capacity from the scratch. That is where Perceptives plays a role, which means instead of getting a graduation and then getting into courses and then getting into the industry, I feel that is a little longer process. So what we are planning to do is train the students during their BTech or during the graduation in the last semester, or create a short course where they can actually have the industry experts experience, which means we would be setting up certain programs where students will be trained what exactly the industry needs, so that once they're done with that course or the training, they can immediately get into the industry and get on the hands-on experience. Because when it comes to manufacturing, VLSI design, you can have more of online classes and theoretical. But when it comes to manufacturing, you need to have more of hands-on experience. So as Raghu sir rightly mentioned, when we were going through the labs, I will really overwhelmed to look that, because I've visited many universities and institutions. This kind of labs, this was the very first time I had this experience. I was really, it was a mind-blowing experience I had, because so much of detailing was there and the new technologies. And to really look into that, I think I need more time, but we couldn't cover it completely. Otherwise, I would have spent good amount of time. So yeah, coming back on the skilling set, why this capacity building and what is the current market we hold is, if you look at your global chip market pegged around, yeah, $600 billion in 2021, and is also expected to grow in 1 trillion by 2030. That is the McKinsey report. So we also follow certain reports. This is pretty much available in the network, in the media. So this is the kind of market which we are looking out for. Global semiconductor workforce pegged at more than 2 million direct employment in 2021. We need to grow by more than 1 million by 2030, which is 1 lakh of employment will be created every year alone in India. So right now, when we don't have the workforce at all, which has to be created. So just like the way software boomed at 90s and 20s, semiconductor will also boom in a big time, where we'll have a lot of job opportunities. The moment we get into it as soon as possible, we will have our skin in the game. And the moment you start specialization yourself in certain modules, you will have a higher pay. So eventually everyone looks for that, right? So that is where you will have the expertise. And yeah, semiconductor job opening in India have increased by 7% between March 2019 and 2030. That is on the VLSI design data, that is from the job boards. So this is the VLSI design part. Although we are there in 30 years in VLSI design, we still find a lot of talent crunch there. So I myself work with different organizations, different companies on the VLSI design part, because OSAT is still coming there. That is where we are working on. But on the VLSI design, MOSCHIP, eInfochip, SOL, there are many companies who work on VLSI design. We still find a lot of talent crunch there. We still find a lot of talent crunch. I mean, most of them would like to get into software side, but this has got a lot of scope, a lot of talent crunches there, and that is where it has been recognized as a very niche area. The moment you become an expert, that might be on a PD or a DFT resource or a FPGA resource, the moment you have good amount of experience, you have been required from all the I can say that might be on the top level companies, or even for a startup company, there's a lot of demand there, extreme level demand. And there is a gap between the demand and supply. There is a lot of demand, but supply is very, very, very low. So that is a right space where you can actually look forward. In India, semiconductor, ATMP and OSAT is expected to have a much larger base than chip manufacturing. Employers hiring for this role looks for candidates skilled in OSAT. That's exactly what I mentioned, which means VLSI design can be done theoretically and online classes, but for manufacturing, you need to have hands-on experience, which means skilled resource handling the equipments is very much crucial here. So yeah, outsource semiconductor assembly and test, VLSI packaging, design, testing, along with major in electrical and electronics engineering or material science. So this is being said by one of our CEO of Founded. So this is a generic thing which we get online also. But being on the floor when it comes to a staffing company, and when we see the demand and supply, there's a lot of gap, and that is what we are trying to fulfill here.
Thank you. So like Manava mentioned, there is a need of large workforce. There is a need for trained workforce. So when you come out, look for us. We will train you and bring you into the industry. So, data all shows that, right? So now let's quickly go over this. We have spoken. Okay, now this is where somebody mentioned about the investment. A lot of investment, you can see various reports. The government is investing in various semiconductor places, right? So the Minister of State saying, how many of you read Chip War? How many of you read Chip War? Not even one. Chip War? Please read that book today. if you want to get into VLSI semiconductor. Please read it. And the guy who wrote the book is Chris Miller. And that book has been doing a lot of rounds in the last 2 to 3 years. So read the book, Chip Or, you will get a full flavor of semiconductor. What is happening? What is the challenge and so. Then I spoke about this. That's fine. Yeah. So that's it. What we thought is that give a little bit of a bird's eye view of what is semiconductor design, manufacturing, what kind of opportunity that exists, what is the market, and which area you need to focus on. Any questions? We are happy to take. If not, thank you. Any questions? Doesn't look like. They're all saying get him off the stage soon. No, one question at least. There's one brave person asking a question.
Sir, I am currently working in machinery automation. So because of semiconductor rise, will there be any opportunities in machinery automation also?
Because of, what is the question? Because of?
I am working in currently machinery automation. Because of major production in semiconductor industry, will there be any rise in opportunities in machinery automation also?
Okay. If I understood the question, what you are saying is that a lot of semiconductor manufacturing will happen in India. With that, there will be automation in machine-to-machine communication. With that, will you get a lot of job opportunity?
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes.
Okay. So there are two parts to this question. A lot of semiconductor getting manufacturing. Maybe the machine cost can come down because, chip, instead of importing a chip, you are manufacturing it. While manufacturing the chip would mean the cost of the chip has to come down. Eventually, the cost of the equipment has to come down. So I just went past this slide quickly. If you look at, this necessarily means that, once you do this chip manufacturing, you should bring this cost of two-wheeler or the atom buck fan cost down. Okay? With that happening, obviously there are a lot of machines being used. Obviously, that would mean that job opportunities will increase. Right? Which area are you looking at? PLC automation. Okay. So I'm sure that all these machines would be more bought into India, and a lot of these machines would be consumed. If you look at the chip design, chip manufacturing itself, there are a lot of equipments are going to come into India because the manufacturing process has 7 to 8 steps. Each step there is a machine. Each step there is an equipment that is going to come, which means we would need a lot of equipment engineers, we need a lot of maintenance engineers. So that market will also open as this industry opens up.
So my name is Srihari, and my doubt is like AI and ML is like there is a huge boom happening there, and it is said that it could replace all the workforce that is required. So when it comes to manufacturing, like almost most of the manufacturing units have automated machines and robots for the manufacturing. Like how will that actually benefit the workforce in terms of employment increase and all those things?
Yeah. So I don't know whether you all were born in year Y2K. Did we hear the word Y2K? You all heard, right? At that point in time, also a lot of news and disturbance about Y2K coming. It will take away jobs and stuff like that, right? Before that, computers came. We all said this will take away the job. Nothing of that happened, right? I think the ChatGPT and AI ML will make us a little bit more efficient. I know people use ChatGPT to write emails and stuff like that, which is okay. So we are making ourselves more efficient. Right? So I don't think such kind of a scenario will exist. But yes, I visited your best. That's the Bajaj skilling program. There I saw a lot of robots. Eventually, over a period in time, the robots would take over and there will be smart manufacturing happening. That would mean the less number of people to be used in the manufacturing. I think that's a little far off, at least this part of the world, little far off. But then it is good to know such practices, know such technologies and domains as we move further. We need not worry for the next 10, 20 years till that takes over the world. We are seeing a lot of robotics happening. I think that will make our life a little bit more better and faster. So it is always good to get equipped in advance so that, our jobs are not taken. Any question for skilling? Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We now award the degrees or go through the next stage of the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sri Raghu and Ms. Bhanupriya, for sharing your valuable insights and for the interactive talk. Thank you so much. Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare it today, says Malcolm. I now invite Dr. K. Tenmoli, Dean, School of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, to present the candidates.
So MTech Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, Devadarshini S. Gautam D. Rohit V.S. MTech Power and Energy Systems, Aishwarya B. Nisha A. Ramya Shri T. Surya Prakash R. BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering, Akul Shihab A. Abhinaya M. Abhirami R. Abhishan De. Aditya A. Aditya Sampat Kumar. Akash S. Ambika Raghavi GS. Anamika A. Anubama Mahamu D. Dinesh. Anusha R. Anushri R. Arul Palaniappan A. Akshaya R. Bharat Sanjay V. Bharat S. Bhargava Reddy. Vishnuja. Charanya B. Chandra Alagya. Cheris Shirley. Dharen Rhodes R. Danesh M. Danusha P. Danya S. Dharanish Reddy, Dharani S, Dharani S, Darun Kumar M, Divya, Venkata Siva Reddy, Ishwar B, Sri Lakshmi Sai Srisha, Harish Aravind RG, Haridasu Manikanda, Harini B, Harini M, Harita Gayatri VC, Harshita SK, Harshini S, Harshita Reddy, Hemalata, Ilakya U, Jabez, Jagadishwaran M, Jayaram S, Hayagrivan KV, Kavya N, Fahim Ahmad Khan, Karthikeyan SM, Karthishri S, Kavya G, Kevin Jude, Kritiga R, Rahul M, Lalita Madhavi, Mahalakshmi K, Pavan Kalyan, Manish S, Aarti Reddy, Midun Kumaran K, Mohan Prasad VR, Reshmita, Shushma, Mukesh Khanna, Nandana B, Nirupama R, Nitesh C, Pavan Akil, Pavadarani R, Bhumika S, Prada A, Prashant Brito C, Priyadarshini L, Ramanathan M, Ramya S, Pujita, Vishimitan K, Rohit Sricharan, Roshan Shaji John, Roshan SST, Sabari Girisan, Sai Aravind G, Sai Lakshmi, Sai Neeraj, Sai Vijayashri, Shantini P, Shahil R, Shanjit Raj S, Sai Venkata Manikanda, Shreyas B Srivatsa, Sriram B, Shrutilaya A, Siddharth M, Subramanian K, Soundarya T, Shreyas R, Sri Chandana, Srinath R, Srinivasan B, Sriram PS, Subhash S, Subhashini R, Sujay Ashwin S, Surya S, Sweta Christy A, Dashni Shri P, Bharat, Dayarubini SR, Vasant Periyasamy A, Venkata Subramanian G, Venkateshwaran E, Vijay Khanna S, Vijay Krishnan KNK, Vijay Raghavan KB, Vikram D, Vinisa B, Vishnupriyan M, Yashwantira Sri, Ujit Kumar Reddy, Vishnuvardhan, Ravi Teja, Lakshmi Ashira, Singampalli Siddharth, Sheikh Yazin, Chandu Devedranath, Jeevanandam S, Jitesh KS, Akash S, Srihari S, Nivruti B, Abhinav Vinayak R, Lakshya C, Gayatri N, Meghavarshini P, Vasuntaraji SG, Shyam Sinnakumar V, Mithun Raj S, Santosh Kumar A, Sivanandam AV, Sanjay Iyer S, Harish Khanna R, Shruti R, Kritiga S, Annamalai C, Chinmaya G, Rakul, Kadayam Ganesh, Venkata Subhash Reddy, Kishore SN, Kumaran L, Praneeth Kumar, Padmanabhan G, Rohit Gupta M, Kritik S, Sriram GV, Srivatsan J, Tejashree P, Mona K, Subiksha K, Bala Shanmugam J, Bharani M, Bharat A, Durga T, Ilakya R, Hema V, Janakrishnan P, Jayasuriya Prakash R, Kavinrajan S, Kavya P, Madhumita G, Mahalakshmi S, Paunraj V, Priyadarshini D, Radhakrishnan M, Rakul Ramadas S, Richard J, Shakti Subhanu K, Sandru AS, Santosh K, Santosh Kumar L, Saran S, Suraj Soundarajan R, Shriram T, Surya KL, Tejaswani SR, Tulasi Krishna, Venkata Siva Praneeth, Venkatesh K, Vikash S, Yashwant Reddy, Yogesh Ram R, Homer S, Pratika SA, Shruti IR, Archana C, Bharat Raghavan R, Gokuleshwar A, Hariharan A, Aishwarya S, Lakshashini R, Priyadarshini M, Mitra Lakshmi V, Varshini V, Hemalata G. BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering, Cyber Physical Systems, Abdul Rahman M. Ajay Kumar SK, Anantanarayanan R, Bhupati Raghav A, Sai Venkat, Harsha Karthik, Venkata Ramapavan, Darshan Prabhu, Lakshmi Vikas, Fayaz Basha, Gautam J, Charanya, Madeshwaran P, Narendra A, Lakshmi Deepak Reddy, Raghuram RS, Rajavel SA, Rishi Bharadwaj R, Sai Jashwanti, Sangavi R, Vedavardhan, Vigneshwaran KA, Vishal SJ, Aditya M, Aditya Harish RD, Someshwaran T, Salai Kamalapadam S, Ajay Kumar Reddy, Sri Satya Aditya Verma, Sakesh Sharma, Devamadi C, Rakshana S, Abhishek V, Akshaya RL, Surya Prakash, Sai Rishita, Satvika Santoshi, Sai Chaitanya, BTech Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Abhirami R, Aditya K, Alagya S, Ajay Paul M, Akshaya M, Anjali M, Balaji V, Bhavana R, Divya M, Ganapati Subramanian VV, Harish A, Harish BM, Kavya KP, Bhavin Gupta, Kavi Kumar NM, Sai Kamalesh, Kumaraguru E, Mahalakshmi B, Melvin Vishwa P, Muhammad Ashkar A, Siva Satya Krishna, Nitish Kumar S, Rajagopalan TS, CH Sai Praveen, Sri Ramachandran K, Sriram S, Suhiram RS, Tarun Ram SK, Vignesh K, Yarini B, Santosh Raj A, Sheila SS, Aravindan CS, Ashwath Sivarajan TV, Madhav Prasad V, Srivatsan MR, Sri Krishna R, Dharanish PT, Sangeeta S, Sirish RK, Bhavitra V, Sheikh Samid Mohammed, Krishna N, Jayasurya D, Sri Akshaya K, Ranganathan SK, Natraj R, Kritiga V, Karunya Krishnan VR, Aishwarya N, Chandroshan A, Varsha R, Brinda S, Karthikayani SS, Vishnuvardhan M, Siva VV. BTech Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Smart Grid and Electric Vehicles, Ashwant Kumar S, Balaji D, Girish S, Govardhanam Aditya Kesari, Gauni, Harihara Subramanian V, Kiran Prasad MP, Lavanya R, Midun Balaji A, Pavin Benson Raj, Purna Chandra, Siva Prasanna M, Sujit Khanna M, Surender R, Varshan Prabhu M, Guru Prasad K, Hem Charan S, Lokesh Bharadwaj B, Hari Prasad S, Sanjay Sriram Sairam T, Sharan R, Shri Gopala Subramanian S, Vishal P, Pujyati, Arogya Lipson, Harini S, Vashishta Sriram Reddy, Vihesh Ram Mohana Shastri, Shakti S, Vashini D. BTech Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Ashutosh R, Sitesh A, Jayant JR, Meenakshi D, Raghuram, Sabharish M, Satish Kumar R, Shreya Iyer, Sivani G, Srihari M, Gokul Khanna AT, Robin M, Pita SV, Naveen Kumar R, Ramya T, Hariharan MV, Nilanjali AK, Shreya S, Saumya Lakshmi G, Marudesh S, Ram Naresh V, Sivagirisan S, Surya Prasad B, Shibin S, Aravind K, Ayyappan S, Gokula Krishnan N, Siddhartha Anand B. Dinesh, VS Litika, SK Abdul Kalam, NS Satvik, B Vengadasai, K Arun Kumar, B Gokul Raj, K Sujitra, R Raman, B Akash, G Pallavi, and Darshini G. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. No duty is more urgent than giving thanks, says James Allen. I now request Dr. K. Tenmuli, Dean School of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks.
distinguished speakers of the day, Sri Raghu Panikar, Chief Executive Officer, Keynes Semicon, and Ms. K. Banapriya, Managing Director, Perceptive Solutions, respected Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Deans, Associate Deans, graduates, parents, and faculty colleagues. A pleasant good afternoon to all. It's my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion, the graduation day ceremony. On behalf of Shastra family, I extend our sincere gratitude to the speakers, Sri Raghu Panikar and Ms. K. Banapriya, for honoring us with their august presence and delivering inspiring epistles. Thank you, sir and madam. Your words of wisdom will undoubtedly guide our young graduates to lead meaningful lives in the challenging world. Thank you very much, sir and madam, for your generous support and for making this as a memorable day for our young graduates. So I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our visionary leader, Chancellor Professor R. Seduraman, sir, for being a source of inspiration to all members of Shastra fraternity. His passion and dedication have transformed our university into a leading institution worldwide. Our sincere thanks to our respected Vice Chancellor, Professor S. Vaidya Subramaniam, our Dean Planning and Development, Professor S. Swaminathan, and our Registrar for R. Chandramouli for continuously supporting us in all our activities. A special thanks to Professor G. Dinakaran, COE and his team, as well as the staff from the Registrar Office for their hard work in ensuring the success of this event. The success of every graduate is not only a result of their own hard work, it is also stems from parents' consistent support, sacrifices, love, encouragement, and guidance throughout life. Our sincere thanks to the proud parents. So, dear graduates, please accept our warmest congratulations and best wishes. Your involvement and dedication have brought you to this important milestone in your life. Our hearty congratulations on your achievement and wishing you much more success in your future endeavors. I would like to thank the civil, electrical, and network maintenance team, as well as present electronic media for their invaluable contributions to the success of this event. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Let us all rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाये तव जय गाता जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. With this, we come to the end of the graduation day ceremony.